Period.
Not the backwards span, Flor.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
Oh,
Actually,
yeah.
no, because they haven't sponsored me, so backwards.
Okay,
Period.
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 No, Mia.
No free press for me.
No free nope.
Pay me, honey, pay me.
Pay me. Period.
Kia ora, queens, and welcome to the Currently Unnamed Podcast, where we put the real and the tea in reality, and you can always come to us first to quench your thirst. I'm Logan Murphy, say something gay, and as we are in the morning for me, I've got iced coffee, because duh.
Yeah.
You need to wake up, bitch.
Mm-hmm.
Yes,
Period.
ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Hello. I'm your girl, Lana, your resident evil diva. And I'm here to give the tea, spill the tea, and drink the tea because you know I love me some tea. I am just drinking water. It's early, but I don't like coffee. So water it is for me. There we go. Hydration is important, people. Stay hydrated. Absolutely. But what I do have, the most important thing that I have is my cup mug. And you can get your cup mug at LanaG'sCreations.etsy.com. That link will be in the description below. And you will get our new and improved cup mug. Not this regular one. We get the new and improved one. And all of our other beautiful merch if you want. But go to LanaG'sCreations.etsy.com. And we do ship internationally and domestically. So there are no excuses. And Australia, New Zealand, all y'all, I'm looking at you. Get your cup merch.
And the UK right now.
And the UK,
Guatemala,
Guatemala, all the
Everywhere.
place, everywhere. Get your
International.
cup merch. Yeah.
Well, I'm David Healy, and I don't have a cute intro, but I do have a cute shirt. I really need a Flor shirt. Hopefully I can get one soon, maybe in London next month, who knows. But instead, right now, I am wearing her drag sister shirt. I'm wearing Gabriella Labucci shirt. I know, right?
How dare you?
How dare I? I did it.
How did I
Look,
end
this
up-
is my way of giving you a friendship bracelet, Flor.
because you're what,
I'm
David?
serving fashion tonight on the runway.
Yes. And I'm just drinking
That's
a monster because I also need to wake up.
Oh my god.
Period. Well, it's morning for us, but it is a good, lovely, beautiful evening for our extra special guest judge today. It's Flor!
Yay!
Hello.
Oh, Flor, we're so happy that we were able to make things work with our schedules and have you on for this beautiful episode. How are you, my love?
I am good. I'm booked and blessed. And
Period.
gorgeous.
Mhm.
Now that
Oh,
you are.
absolutely.
That
You are.
you are,
Gorgeous.
my love. Gorgeous.
And you're celebrating a year now in the UK?
Yeah.
It was just the
cannot
anniversary
believe-
yesterday, right?
Yeah. I cannot believe it's been a year, like 1 year. It's just time flies.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Oh my god. We're getting old.
Oh, I know, right?
And I want to talk to you all about that year that you've had in the UK and your year after Drag Race and this episode of Drag Race Down Under, episode 7, the penultimate episode. And we're going to dive into all those things. Before we do, though, make sure to subscribe if you've not already, because we're here almost all the time giving you almost all things drag and drag queens and extra special guest judges and all those guest judges, whatever. We did have a judge. We had Isis. So we did have extra special judges. And make sure to check out the description below where you can find all of our audio podcast links, our other YouTube channels, and our Patreon for exclusive content and early access. So, Flor, I want to know, how has life been since Drag Race? Obviously, moving across the world again. That seems to be a trend for you. But how has life been? How is the UK? Tell us all the things.
Well, I mean, obviously, it changed your life. I think Drag Race just changed your life. Obviously, Down Under, not that much compared to the rest of the franchises, but still change your life. Like you get more money, honey. People will know you more. The work opportunities are better. And it's just New Zealand. I was in New Zealand. I traveled all around Australia as well. I did my tour, and I was like, what else? Like, I want more. So I opened the doors that I had to open, in Down Under. I got what I wanted. Literally everything. Well, thank God. And then I was like, my husband was like, should we move to the UK? I was like, yeah. So then I moved to the UK, and I think it's kind of better here. It's better because, it's more, I think drag is more like everyday kind of thing.
Okay.
In New Zealand, we don't have that. New Zealand, you will kind of have to have a day job. The only queens that they do like full-time queens is Kira and Anita and their staff that works in Kalutsi, their restaurant, because they have to be in drag every day working. But but there's no like, shows and shows and shows. It's just like, being in the restaurant, which is not bad. It's good, but I don't want that.
Yeah.
Fair.
So yeah, I moved here. It's been fabulous. I met so many nice people. I met so many queens, the DragRace UK queens, and I didn't even expect to get very close to Black Pepper and Gothy, and ended up being, friends.
Oh, we love them.
That is a gorgeous.
But they were.
That is a gorgeous trio. The more that I think about it, I'm like,
Oh,
oh,
absolutely.
yes.
It's dangerous, honey. It is dangerous. I can't. Oh, girl, no. But it's fun.
Yes, I love.
Yep. I am really curious though. With this new season, this is the first time that nobody from I forgot the name of it. It's
House of Drag.
House of Drag. Thank you. It's the first time nobody from House of Drag is on.
True.
Yeah, I'm curious. Are you familiar with many people from this new cast?
Like if I know them.
Yes.
My best friend is Lucina. So we used to like just do everything in New Zealand. So it was Yuri, Lucina, and I. It was always together. We party, we eat, we drink, and it was just always together. Oh, Lucina used to do all my wigs. I used to pay her, honey. No. So yeah, Lucina. I know Lucina. I know Nikita. Before she moved to Australia.
Okay.
I don't remember who else is on it.
Oh.
No. Max. I know Max
Yes.
as well. I think that's it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Period. I did want to ask as well, how are you feeling after the tragic plane crash that ended the life of your good friend Yuri earlier this
I'm
year?
so grateful. I couldn't be happier. Cheers for that, my TS. Rest in peace.
I mean,
I didn't expect that.
Look,
I
I think having that, when Yuri told me, like, they contacted me to be part of the cast, and I was like, well, bitch, do it. Like,
Right.
You have to do it. Especially because Yuri, Drag Race kind of like take her somewhere that she's not really that Drag Race.
Right.
Yeah.
It's more Dragula, because Dragula is her tea, is her thing.
Yeah.
When I met Yuri, it was just, oh my Lord. Girl, no. It was the devil workshop of Gertch. It was just, I mean, not in a bad way. I mean,
Right.
It's just so like her shows, the songs that she does, like her makeup, her outfits. It was just like, you need to be in Dragula. Like, that's your team.
Yeah.
And she was on. I used to help her, like we used to talk about like the designs and outfits, and things like that. And I'm happy for her. She
Thrilled
died.
for her.
Yes.
Her exit on Dragula for me is still the hands down
Iconic.
the best extermination scene of all time across 6 seasons and a Titan season. Like, it is just so good.
They really gave her moment, bitch.
They did.
Yeah.
I love it. Oh, sorry. I love when she was in the mirror and then she was like, "Oh no, wrong show."
Wrong show. Oh.
Wrong show. We literally
We
pulled
literally
the
watched
soundbite.
that. Yeah.
We all watched it. Yeah.
Yeah, I had to get fucking the subscription to watch it because that bitch didn't want to give me the password of hers.
I would have hooked you up.
Right.
But not. Yeah, I think it was good. I think just the way that Yuri is just not very competitive.
Yeah.
So in this in TV shows, obviously it's a competition. You have to compete. You have to have, you have to be at some point shady, honey. You have to have it because if not, the other bitches will take your spot. And Yuri doesn't have that. Yuri is too nice, too sweet.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think if she was more competitive, she will be in the top 2. But yeah, I'm happy for her.
Yeah. She, for me, is someone that I consider, and I mean this in the best way, someone that is great at drag and not necessarily the best at Drag Race for all of those reasons that you talked about too. Like she's not the most competitive. She's not outwardly shady, but she has her moments. Obviously,
she does.
batting away a chicken. Batting away a raw chicken. All that.
Don't be a fucking cunt.
Yeah, we got to play that sound clip too.
Oh yeah,
I love it because you know
Yeah.
what? They allow them to have their phone on a Sunday. So she used to call me while filming on the Sundays,
Oh, cool.
and she told me. I remember she told me they throw me a chicken. I was like, oh, did you cook it?
right. Did we eat it? No, I hope no one ate that.
I was waiting for it, and
Yeah,
I was like, wow, this is better than I expected.
right.
Mhm.
I was like, thank you, sister, thank you. Throw her another.
Yes.
Throw her
Good
another
old Desiree
one, but,
Dick.
Yes.
Yes. But yeah,
Yay. I'm not getting murdered.
I love her. That line, it just, oh my God, it's so good. And I want to say as well, the photo shoot that you and Yuri did a couple of months back, the completely blood covered, that lives in my mind rent free, Flor. Rent free. Like, I think about that maybe once a week and I'm like, oh, how fabulous. Just, I live, I love, I died. It was, y'all together are the tea. Like, I love it.
I miss that bitch so much. Like I think that's the only thing I miss from New Zealand. Like I think Yuri and I got very, very close. We were just like best friends, and it was just like a random story. Like we got friends like very random.
Yeah.
She used to hate me.
Oh.
That bitch used to hate me. I remember at one time I talked to her in the club, and then she was like, ugh, and I was like, this fucking slut. But you know what? Now look at us. We ended up. We're trying, really, really trying to bring, because we did that photo shoot for our tour, the Lovers Tour, and we're trying to bring it to the UK, but it's just that bitch has plans. She's going to Australia and things like that. So we're trying to plan everything. We really wanted to go to the US and read the tour. This DragCon that it just been. But then obviously Dragula, she had to get ready with the merch and stuff like that, or photos and Instagram stuff and stuff like that. So yeah. But we still want to do it.
There's always DragCon 2025, darling, and we would love to.
I am going. Someone fabulous messaged me on Instagram, invited me to do something very, very excited. So I'm very happy for that.
Yes. I'm very excited. And I was also excited for this episode. We got to dive in, talk about this cute little episode here. We've lost Max, one of the only people you knew on this, but we lost Max in the last episode.
Yes. I was like, another one.
Another one. Yeah, I mean, I love her dearly. She's so talented. I think she was ready to go. I think we all saw she was ready to go. The girls saw she was ready to go. And I do love that when we come into the workroom with her mirror message, they all have this moment of like, I don't know how she did it, given everything that she went through before the competition. I don't know how she did it, but girl, good for you. And I'm going to say that here too. Good for you, girl. And I hope you are going to get to a point where you can start healing. Because she's been very open online as well about like things are still not good, but we'll get to a point where it's good for her. And I hope she does start that healing journey very, very soon.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, and also I think they did her a little dirty a little bit. I think they did. Especially because you know what, I probably could say that she's the best performer. Where was she from? Where's that bitch from? Melbourne. Yes, from Melbourne. Like, she is just so good at performing, and that's the kind of a problem when you get into Drag Race, because they will put you to lip sync every time, even you didn't do that bad.
Right.
And I kind of have
like the makeover.
Like, you know, the editing, I still kind of can see like where she wasn't the worst one, but you still put her to lip sync.
Right.
Because I think
because I would have had her in the bottom last week.
No, or the week before.
Or the week before. I wouldn't have had her in the bottom either of those weeks.
I mean, some of them, yes. She was, she was in the bottom too. But some of them, I was like, you just really want to see this bitch perform. Because obviously, it brings attention. It brings, like, wow, the lip sync. Or like, oh, yes, the lip sync assassin. You know what I mean? So I think they kind of did her dirty a little bit. I just couldn't help her.
Right.
Nope.
I think she is somebody who definitely needs to take a couple years, go through the process of everything, get her glow up happen, and then come back for something like All Stars or Versus the World or something, because she is a great performer and she is a good drag artist. And I think this show is tailor made for her. I just think with everything that was going on, her headspace wasn't there, and you can't do the best of your ability if your headspace isn't properly on. And so I think Max is going to be perfectly fine, and she's going to go through this process. It's a hard and it's a long process, but she's going to realize her new normal. It's never going to be back to normal, but her new normal, and she's going to learn to face it with grace and class and be an amazing drag artist. I have no doubt. No doubt.
Poor Freya looked so sad without Max there.
Of course, her dick is going.
I know, right? I mean, you
think Max is the top?
Who knows?
Who knows?
No.
Thank you. Yep. Who knows?
I know.
Work.
Good to know. Thank you, Flor.
But yes, Max is gone. Everybody's sad. They took their time to give her flowers, but then it's time to move on, because that's what the competition is about. You got to move on.
Yep.
Bitch.
Right. It's like, sorry, next. And Nikita is very happy that she feels like she might be the lip sync assassin in here. Like, she took out 2 bitches and she ready to take out another one.
She did.
If she has to.
She did. I would not call her the lip sync assassin of this season, but she did.
Yeah, I
would
wouldn't
certainly
call
take
her
out.
the lip sync assassin.
I didn't call her that. She called herself that.
Yeah, she did.
She called herself that.
She's a great performer. I'm not going to say she's a great performer.
Absolutely.
I think Max is the lip sync assassin, but I mean, she's a great performer, and we saw that again in this episode. Yes. We'll talk about it, but
yeah. The next day, though, when they all come around, Freya is immediately talking about like, "Oh, I need a win." She's the only one without a win. Does this sound familiar, Flor? Going into episode 7 without a win, feeling the pressure, and feeling like you need to get that win to secure your spot in the finale. Some people do. Some people don't get that final win. But I absolutely understand that she felt a lot of pressure in this moment. But we do see, like, we have seen now 2 different seasons where somebody is able to not only make it to the finale, but actually win Drag Race without a Maxi Challenge win.
I mean, I feel like challenges, obviously, if you win the most, you're probably going to be the winner. Yes. But at the end of the day, if you do something at the end that is like super wow, you'll get the crown.
Yeah.
And to be honest, in my case, I I did say that I needed the win just because, that's the script.
Right.
Right.
That's just the
That's what
thing,
you're supposed to say.
That's what you said.
Especially,
I need the
especially because
win.
that the other queens like like Isis used to say that the next one should be going home because I didn't have a win. I was like,
Yeah.
wait, that doesn't make anything. Like doesn't make I still
Right.
can win, and I knew I was gonna be top 3 anyway.
Right.
But I don't know if she really wants the win though.
Mm.
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know.
Okay.
Well,
We'll see. But we get Michelle coming in. I want to ask Flor, how are you loving Michelle as the host of this season?
Oh, I love it. I fucking love Michelle. She's the sweetest. Oh my god, she's so sweet. And I'm so happy because she actually enjoys New Zealand. Like she likes New Zealand. And she had this gig. Very well paid gig, girl.
Yes.
And yeah, I think she's really good. She just obviously because it's her first season, she's it's something new for her because
Yeah.
it's the first time that she's hosting Drag Race. But she's doing amazing. I'm so happy for her.
Yeah. I think she's been doing a great job too. And I guess now Rue is subjecting her to a dunk tank on season 17 as her payment for hosting Down Under, I guess.
Yes.
But go check out our cast assessment for season 17, available on the channel. Ding. But Michelle comes in. We get our good morning, Miss Visage, which is my favorite part of this season, hands down, without a question. I love that they have now been doing it for a couple weeks. And we find out that the penultimate maxi challenge is a roast.
Yay.
So fun for these girls to do a roast.
Woohoo.
Flor, how would you have felt if your last maxi challenge before the finale was a roast? It would have been great,
no,
right?
No, ma'am. I wouldn't even do it. I'll just pack.
Bye. I'm good.
I'll just pack, honey. I'll be like, girl, bye.
See, this
Right.
surprises me because I feel like you are so quick and sharp and you know how to have like nice little jabs at people in a fun way. And I think you would actually do really well at a roast.
I don't know. I like to think that I would be good. I just feel like, I don't know. I think I would be either too mean or I'll just
Not funny.
Yeah. Because there
I
is.
think it's
with
the
roast-
over. It's
go
the
ahead.
I feel like a lot of people who are like naturally funny, who are quick witted, sometimes get in a roast situation where you have to write down the jokes and you have to structure something, and it gets a little overwhelming. It's not as easy to. It's easy to just be like, okay, such and such and such, and it's funny. But then when you make me write it down and figure out a structure, and now I have to think about it. And then I start overthinking it. And then I'm starting really overthinking because I'm like, is this funny? I don't know if it's funny. It could be funny. What if I don't even deliver it right? It's a lot of stuff.
What if I'm not funny? What if I'm bad at drag? What if I should just quit? Like
spiraling.
Just everything. Just starts spiraling.
Yeah.
So I get it. I think people who just are naturally funny and storytelling in a storytelling kind of way, when you tell them they have to think about it and write it down and come up with it, it's like, what do you mean? Well, no, I don't want to do that. I just want to just say something and it's just funny.
Yeah.
You don't even know. Because people tell me I'm funny and I'm like, I don't even think I'm that funny. I don't think I'm funny. But then when my sister's like, no, girl, that is hilarious. I'm like, that is not that funny, but okay. Sure.
Right. There's
Okay.
and to your point as well, my point was going to be that there's a difference between being off the cuff funny and being able to prepare jokes that are funny. Like those are two very different skill sets that come from the same kind of skill, but like I don't do that well when I have to like, because I've done theater and I've written jokes and I've done comedy things before, and I'm not the best at preparing jokes and having like the structure of things, but I'm very reactionary in my humor where like someone says something, I can volley, RuPaul's favorite word, volley. I can volley right back with somebody,
right?
And it'll be funny, but I'm not always the most funny when it comes to preparing things. And Flor, I think that's at least how I saw you on your season as well, is like your funny moments were from, you know, the things around you and you popping up and giving a one-liner, which I loved. But that is the kind of, you know, some people just have that innate ability to be able to just respond to things very quickly like that.
Yeah.
I can't start the joke. I can work with the joke. Like if somebody starts something, I'm going back and forth with you, but I'm not gonna be the one to initiate the banter.
I think I would be scared to be very mean. Because I feel like roast for me is just roast a person. Like, you know, obviously, it comes from love and it's shady and everything, but that's a roast.
And it's always a fine line.
And that's kind of like, I would be worried about that. Like, I will still do it. Well, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But I will be worried to be very mean to the person. And get canceled.
And
I'll be scared to cross that line because it's a fine line between being funny, mean in a roast, and then just being mean and hurting people's feelings. So I'll be like,
well, I would be mean and I will hurt.
Right. And it's like, I'm gonna hurt your feelings. And I want to flame you. And I don't want to, you know, I don't want to be to the point where they like, that was just mean. Like,
and we see that manifest in this episode specifically with Mandy, who is very, very concerned about a roast in general, because she doesn't want to be mean. That's just not her personality. That's just not, you know, who she is. So she was like, this is the one challenge that I've worried about the entire time.
Seen a roast? She never saw a roast. She never did a roast. She never been to a
well,
roast.
that's a lie. Like, girl, you watch Drag Race.
I was like, what?
Exactly. You've seen Drag Race. Like, not all the roasts are good, but you've seen a roast.
I feel like she
skips those episodes. Kidding.
What?
I said she skips those episodes.
Yeah.
The roast
episode,
like,
can't watch that.
No roast episode for me. Skip.
I think that I think she really didn't want to do the roast because I think she knew she was gonna flop. Like, I think she was like, oh shit. Like, I think I can relate to that. I think like if I would have, like, you know, if I would know that the roast is coming, I'll be like, oh my god. Like, I know I'm gonna be bad. Which is not good to think, but the thing that she did bad is getting, like, she set that tone and she set that on her mind and she did not go out of that space. She was like, I'm bad on roast. I don't like the roast and I don't want to do the roast. I'm gonna be shed. That's it. And she did.
And she was. She set herself up. It was like her mindset was doomed to fail, and she failed. So it was unfortunate. And on the flip side of that, we had Freya, who was not very comfortable at first when she heard about the role. She's like, I mean, I don't think I'm that funny. I don't really know if I could, you know, roast people. But she was like, but you know what? I'm gonna fight. I'm not gonna give up.
That's what you have to do.
And that's what you have to do. And we see it worked for her. She did go, and she was like, as much as I don't think I'm funny and I don't like writing structured jokes and all of this other negative stuff, I got to put that out my head and I just have to go for it and take the critiques that the people give me, fix it, work on it, and go forth and do. And that's what she did. And I was like, look at you, Freya. And that's the difference between Freya and Mandy. She took the negativity and was like, okay, let me block it out and move on. And Mandy held it all the way in and was just like, oh, I'm not good. I don't know. I can't do it. Same thing with Nikita, I think. Nikita also was like, oh, I'm dreading this moment. I don't want to do it. I mean, I got some tips, but I don't know if I'm gonna try though. She did try. I'm gonna give her that. She did.
I like that she had a theme.
Me too.
I want to talk about that and move to us talking about the rehearsal situation with Michelle and Kita. I was so happy to see Kita for this challenge as well. And Anita and Maxie. We'll talk about it. But yes, I love that. I love that Nikita went in and was like, I'm gonna lean on what I know and I'm going to lean into my ballroom experience. And having Michelle there, who is also very ingrained in ballroom culture, I'm so happy that Michelle was like, no, do it. I think you're not confident in your skills. Rely on what you know, and what you know is ballroom. So take it to that level. I think if she had fully committed herself to it, I think this is such a cool concept for a roast, specifically. Like, if Nikita had like fully gone in, I think it would have been a very successful
It would
roast.
be, I think it would be so good if she really, went into it. But I think there's some queens that they want to do Drag Race just because they want to be on Drag Race,
Right.
because they really want to compete and really want to go further. So like when they do that, they just go with the flow, and they just nothing like, there's not a fight there's nothing like, I'm gonna do that and I'm gonna try this and I'm gonna, and especially when they told her, this can be so funny, from the outfit, from the voice, a character, like, she had all the goods to have a good roast. But I think, I don't know, I think she's very chill, like, 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 girl, you're gonna go home.
She doesn't necessarily have the yes, and she doesn't necessarily have the personality that I would expect to succeed at a roast. Like, I coming into this episode, I was like, okay, cool, Susan's gonna do well, Vibe is gonna do well, I think Freya's gonna do well, Mandy and Nikita are the two people that I was like, your personality.
I wasn't even sure about Freya.
I wasn't all that sure about Freya.
I wasn't sure about Freya.
As we went through the episode, I was like, okay, cool. We're getting a little bit stronger. But even Freya in this rehearsal is not
great.
That's why I said, coming into this episode, when we found out what the challenge was, I was like, Lazy and Vibe are going to do great. They're going to do fine. We don't have to worry about them. These other three, I'm concerned about, because I'm not sure where their skill sets were, and the rehearsals just kept me going. Like, I don't know.
And they gave her good advice. They told her not to play it safe, because she was starting off with pretty safe jokes, and I think she really took that. And the fact that if you're able to take the advice, because you've got people that are going to be on the judging panel, what they have to say is very important. And I think she had some of the best way of taking that advice and really applying it to her roast.
Do we have any other standout moments from the rehearsals?
The only other thing for me is I felt like the whole first half of the episode, there was such a buildup between Lazy Susan versus Vibe. They both were seeing each other as the biggest competition for this. And I think they actually handled things kind of differently going in, like, through the rehearsal portion, because Lazy Susan had pretty outward confidence. She was putting out all of her cards during the rehearsal, and Vibe was playing it really close to her chest. Like, she wasn't giving a lot of her jokes that she had planned. She wanted to have authentic laughter in the moment on the roast day. So I thought that was really smart of Vibe, and I think that played in her favor.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Definitely. So we go, they're getting ready for the runway. And we finally got some backstory about Miss Freya. I'm like, thankfully, finally learning a little bit about her. About her moving from the US to Australia when she was 12. And there's a really candid and important conversation about, gun control and things like that. Obviously very, very well known amongst the three of us that live in the US. So it very much so resonated. And
it was sad. Honestly, it made me sad to hear someone talk the truth. I mean, speak the truth about where we live. And it's like, as much as I want to be like, dang, we shouldn't. That's not true. No, everything she said was true. This is horrible. And the gun laws, like every other country could say, we're taking away the guns. And that's just it. And nobody has guns. and it works. But then you come here and it's like, well, we don't want to give up our guns. We don't want to give up our guns. And that's a fight. But we constantly have mass shootings. We constantly have people dying every single day over guns. And we don't want to stop it because we don't want to give up our Second Amendment rights. We don't care about lives that much because we want weapons. It's such a sad thing. And for people to say, I left this country because I wanted to feel more safe. We wanted to be more safe. And it's sad because it's true. It's sad because it's true. And as bad as much as we want to be like, oh, this country's great. We have good moments, but we have really bad moments. Yeah. And that's a really, really bad moment. And it's a stain on America. And I really, I don't even know anymore. Because at this point, I'm like, we've been trying to talk about gun laws for so long, and it's falling on deaf ears. Like they just are not listening.
Yeah, I do think it's really interesting to hear outside perspectives of what people think of America and the gun control issues here. So I am curious, Flor, like, what's your perception on like what you've heard about America and gun violence? Like, is that something that you hear about and think about?
Yeah, I hear Beyonce. America has a problem.
Yep. Period. She said it.
No, I mean, yeah. I try, like I really try to, it sounds bad, but like I really don't like, watching the news or like what's actually happening, because it actually affects me.
I agree.
Absolutely.
Like, I know
I
I'm
understand
very
that,
easy, like I see something and I'll be crying.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And I know how it affects me, so I'm always trying to like obviously, it's not only the US. The US is it's bad, yes. But like Guatemala doesn't.
Yeah.
It's not very behind.
Right.
Like you said, there is every day guns problems. It's exactly the same.
Mm-hmm.
But I just don't know. It's very hard and it's sad, but I don't know.
Yeah. I definitely agree with that. Like I am definitely also someone that it's hard for me to see everything that's going on because it does affect me and it will just completely shift my day, honestly, sometimes. Like I'll see things that are happening and it just completely ruins an entire day, and I try not to, but it's just one of those unfortunate kind of realities that we've had to. I wish we didn't have to, but
it's very annoying, and it's just, you get frustrated, but politics is just, they're just the worst. So how can you do something if they are the main power,
right?
So for me, in my case, I know the corrupts are on the politics.
Mm-hmm.
Like, Donald Trump and all those people.
Yep.
So, why am I gonna get, sad and affected for something that, it's not changing because they don't want it to change.
They don't want it to change.
Yeah. So I think you just have to be the one that is gonna change. Like, you have to be nice. You have to, share the love and stuff like that. The change starts from you. So I think that's what I do. Like, if I see something wrong, I'll tell the person.
Right.
And but more than that, I can't do anything. Like, I cannot be like, if you do that again, I'm gonna kill you.
Right.
Right.
I can't. And it's annoying. It's so sad, but it's so hard to talk about those things, because it's just, for more that you want it to change, for years it hasn't changed.
Yeah.
So it's annoying.
It's frustrating. It's annoying. It's frustrating. You just have to put your head down and keep living your best life, honestly, because it's like, if we rely on the government and work about the news and politics, that's an exhausting way to live. So just do you live your best life and have the best time that you can.
Yeah. And be the difference from the rest. I think that you being the difference from the rest you know, it works.
Yep.
Yep.
And
Be
it
the
works
change you
around
want to
you.
see.
Yep, be the change you want to see. Be the light.
Yeah.
Be the light.
Oh,
Absolutely. But
Don't hurt yourself.
Oh, my skin, for my skin, bitch.
Oh, no.
Period.
No. Not this. Not this. And then to bring it to a more lighthearted moment, for some reason, we get a cameo from Maxie Shield. And
That was so random.
It was so random. Like, who is this woman?
I have no idea what's that bitch doing there.
She got lost.
I'm assuming it's because Kita and Anita were there, and because she said they had just come from Mardi Gras. So I'm assuming she was doing something. I don't care because I love Maxie, and I was happy to see her on my screen.
Yeah, it's just, you know, she didn't even talk about the roast.
Right. She's like, what are you all doing?
Right.
Like, it was like she just wandered into the workroom, was like, hey, y'all, what we doing up in here? I'm like, who is this person?
I will say, I lived for the flashback moment they gave her. That was my favorite part of this episode, just the flashback of everything going on from her season.
Do you know Maxie well, Flor?
I don't know her very well, but I know her, but not very well.
Yeah.
But Maxie's fun. I like Maxie as well.
Yeah.
But it was
we met her.
random.
Yeah, we met her at DragCon. She was great.
I've had a lot of really good interactions with Maxie. She's an absolute sweetheart. I don't know why she was there, but I'm thrilled she was.
I mean, for somebody like me, I was like,
that gig, honey. She got paid for that gig, and she was
Exactly.
She sure did.
Look, for somebody like me, I was like, who is this random woman? I don't even
I
know
cannot
her.
believe they did not bring me for the makeover challenge.
Hello.
Right.
Hello.
They did not have the budget to bring me there.
No, they couldn't
Well, I
afford
was gonna say you were halfway around the world, darling.
True.
So
being booked and busy and blessed. Period. So,
Well, I would
look,
still have gone.
great, yes.
they were like, "Oh, she
I
booked.
wish you were.
We can't get her."
I
But
wish you were, but
she came in, she said her thing, and then she left, and I was like, "Okay, bye, girl."
and we went to the runway.
We went to the runway, and I was like, "All
So
right."
that's where we're gonna go.
What is that? Oh.
Wait.
What?
Oh my god, what's going on? Oh, cute. Oh my baby.
This is cute.
This is maybe my favorite thing Michelle's worn all season, honestly.
It might be my favorite too.
Yeah, it's very cute. When she came out, I was like, "Okay, Michelle." Stars
She
and
looks good.
the slick back. I was here for it. I was here for it.
Where did you find this photo?
Right.
On
Where
her
was
Instagram.
Is that
Wow.
that's the only evidence that she wore this?
Correct, because they haven't posted a full judge's photo, which is also why I had to pull this photo from Maxie's Instagram
I love it.
to show our judges. Because
That's wild.
I swear, why does Drag Race Down Under not have an Instagram account?
They don't?
It is the only franchise of Drag Race that does not have an individual Instagram account. And
That's
I do
wild.
not understand why.
I don't know why.
I don't know. They're the only franchise. Like,
That's wild.
for what reason? Like, not even WoW Presents has posted their stuff because I guess they don't care. They should, because this season has been good, but it's been a good season. But we have Kita looking gorgeous, and we have our
the best.
Yeah,
I think Kita, she has always this thing that she's not worried, but like she thinks about for every single detail what she wears from head to toe.
Yes.
And every time she has been back from on Drag Race, she looks just the best. She is so good at drag. She's really, really good.
Yeah.
Anita, I don't know what the fuck she's wearing. That, like, I get it. But girl, no.
Oh,
I was happy
Anita.
she was there.
I love Anita.
Me too.
Yeah, girl.
Yeah, Anita is one of my top tier favorite queens from Drag Race Down Under, and I think this is the first time you saw her, Lana. I believe.
Yes. Yes.
She's so funny. You
She
got to
is
watch her
very
Snatch Game from
funny.
season 1. Mm-hmm.
She reminds me of Tammy Brown.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Yes, same
And
drag
she's
queen.
literally like that in real life every single day.
I love
Wow.
that.
She
I
is
love
so fucking funny. I love her.
Yeah, Kita is so good. Like I was mesmerized by her makeup and looking at her on the panel.
Under
Those
eye thing?
eyes, the
Yeah,
blue
having the
eye
eye under the eye.
under the eye. I was like,
So
oh
good.
my God, so good. I was mesmerized from the time she was in the rehearsal to when she was on the panel. I absolutely fell in love with her style of drag. I was like, this is beautiful. This wig
She's
is
so good.
everything.
She's really, really good.
Yeah.
I
She's
I
the
never
one that
knew
I'm
her
like,
before, but oh, it's good.
I need All Winners 2 to happen simply so Kita can be on a better season of Drag Race.
Yeah, they need someone to go home first.
Oh.
On All Winners,
we're
when it's
sending
probably
that
going to
to
be
her.
non-elimination again.
Look who's talking, that one that I didn't even win.
Oh.
Right.
Look, they'll make
A
one
lovely
exception.
second alternate, Flor. A lovely second alternate.
Shut up.
Like, how dare you? How dare you?
Yes. Tell them, Flor.
Get him. Get him again.
You
But no,
I love
that was
you.
so
You
good.
know I'm obsessed with you.
That was so
Anyway.
good.
Uh-huh.
Mhm.
We move to the roast.
Oh, I'm gonna have to take down this banner because we
Yeah,
ain't
we
gonna
have
be
to. We can't
Mandy's
see everybody.
face.
Sorry,
Okay, I
man.
don't know what Nikita wearing.
Oh.
Like, why?
Oh.
Yeah.
I think she wanted to be kind of look funny, I guess. But no, I didn't like it.
I don't love what anyone is wearing for this roast, honestly.
Freya looks
To be honest. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Freya looks good.
Freya looks good, but why are you wearing this for a roast?
Yeah, I think the only one I liked
I like vibe.
Mandy. Is it Mandy?
Mhm.
Mandy.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Mandy's dress. She looked
Okay.
good. She looked good.
I don't know how I felt about Susan in the yellow pantsuit, but it
I didn't
it
mind
was
it.
it was right. I was say it was Susan, so I was like, all right, for her, it makes sense.
She's
Not
not
mad
beating
at
those
it.
Ginny Lemon allegations. I will say
No.
that. She's not beating the Ginny Lemon allegations.
No.
So
I just saw that clip on our socials just the other day, and I was like, Yep, she's not beating it. And I had to go back and look to see who Jenny Lemon was, and I was like,
Yep.
yeah.
Flor, what did you think of the roast overall?
I really enjoy Susan, Lazy Susan. I think they just didn't give her the win just because it was obvious that she's gonna win. Which is bad because she was really the best. Like her jokes were. I think for me she was the best.
Okay.
Okay.
Like Vibe, yeah, that was funny. Vibe obviously is between the two.
Well,
That was very funny. But to me, Lazy Susan was funnier.
Okay.
Maybe I'm wrong. That's why I
mean-
will roast.
I mean, that's your
I wouldn't say
opinion.
wrong.
I wouldn't say
say
wrong.
I would say different opinion.
Right. Because I felt it was the other way around. I felt like Vibe was funnier, but I thought Susan kicked off the show in the best way possible, and it was really good. And I think Vibe just the fact that Vibe got through all of those jokes and nobody stole her jokes, it was like, okay,
Right.
she still had stuff material to come back on,
Yeah.
and it was funny. I think she closed it better, and I think the fact that she closed it and that was the last thing we saw worked in her favor. I think if Susan would have closed it, we probably would have been having a different conversation.
And
for me.
Susan's the one that made the order. So, like, I understand going first. Because if I was in this scenario and I got to pick where I was, I would also want to go first. Simply because I would want to get my jokes out of the way and not have to worry about anyone taking my jokes. Because obviously in a roast of Rhys specifically, there are a lot of jokes that are going to be said. You know, people are going to talk about the fact that he's a redhead. You know, they're going to talk about how he's a demon twink. You know, these like certain things. So I would want to get my jokes out of the way so that way I don't have to worry about that. And I don't have plus if I'm sitting there the whole time watching these girls do their roasts, my anxiety is just going to spiral and spiral and spiral. And the moment someone starts saying my joke, I'm going to be like, oh Lord, no, I don't know what I'm doing. panic. So I would need to go. And I think Susan putting herself first was very good. I liked how we ended up having this, like, it was like an ebb and flow where like Susan was great and Nikita was not, and then Freya was great and then Mandy was not, and then Vibe was good. So as far as the flow of the show, I wasn't mad at it. For me personally, my favorite was Freya.
Oh wow.
Agreed. I'm with you, Flor. Oh wow.
Here's my reasoning, because obviously Susan, Freya, and Vibe all did very well. They were the three best, in my opinion.
Yep.
For me, I think Vibe, while funny, and she did get through a lot of jokes, and she kept a lot of her jokes there, I felt like her timing was off. Everything was so fast, because she wanted to get through so many jokes in such a short period of time. And while they were funny jokes, I feel like her pacing was not, and Michelle brought it up on the runway too, her pacing was off, and I didn't have time to absorb her jokes. And so like I found it funny, but I wasn't able to like dwell on the jokes. And in a similar way, I feel like Susan was a little too slow with her jokes. She was very funny, very, very, very funny. But I didn't feel like there was enough density of jokes to match the amount of time that they had. I think Freya found this really good sweet spot where she was able to be funny. She was able to let jokes sit, breathe life into the next joke. And I think her flow of her roast was the best for me. And she had my favorite joke about Vibe being ethnically ambiguous. So like for me, that also added on top of all of that. So for me, I know not an opinion that most people agree with here, but for me, I think I would have given the win to Freya.
Interesting. David, your thoughts?
Yeah. So I do think Freya did really well, but I think for me, it's a thing of expectations, and I think she surpassed my expectations by quite a bit. But still, I do think overall, Vibe and Lazy Susan were the top two. And I agree with what you said a lot about their pacing. Except I do think I think Lazy had the best pacing, especially between the two of them, and it was very much like a standard roast delivery, and Vibe was so quick. It was just one after another. But with that said, I think all of her jokes were landing. So it was very quick. You had to keep up. You had to pay attention, but they were all punching for me. And that's why for me, I would have edged out Vibe ahead of Lazy Susan.
Yep.
Fair.
And poor Mandy. We ain't talk about Mandy, who just...
Oh, do we have to?
She was my least favorite.
She was my least favorite.
I mean, I think she just got in her head. Poor thing. She just got in her head and didn't know how to come out of it. And she knew it. I think the second she started, she was just like, I don't know where I'm going. Right. Literally, I'm done.
Yeah.
And so, but it was what it was. She did I guess the best she could with how she was already feeling inside her head. And like you said earlier, Flor, she defeated herself way before she even got on that stage. The whole second of, I don't know what I'm doing. I can't do a roast. Never seen a roast. Don't know nothing about a roast. She was already doomed to start. So
yeah, I liked her spit roast joke to start, and that was about it. Like I think leaning into her experience and whatever. I thought that was a good way to do it. I kind of maybe wish she had just gone with a full, like, all of her jokes were sexual. I actually think that is maybe the one way that Mandy could have gone through this roast and been successful.
I also noticed what was interesting about Mandy compared to everybody else is her jokes were all so focused on Rhys. Like everybody else spread them around, which is how roasts usually go. And that actually made me think maybe she hasn't seen a roast.
Maybe she actually hasn't seen a roast before.
Right.
And I think on Nikita as well, I think she had a good framework for what she was doing. I really liked she took Michelle's advice. She just didn't have the jokes or the delivery to sell it. But I appreciated her effort in it. There was definitely an effort. There was a clear, like, point of view. And I think her incorporation of ballroom standards was actually really good. I do just wish the jokes were a little bit funnier.
Yep.
Who did you hate more between Nikita and Mandy, Flor?
Nikita and who?
Mandy.
Mandy.
Not that.
Um,
Hate
I set you up.
Who
You
did
did.
you hate? Who did you hate more?
Oh, I don't know.
We hated them equally.
Yeah. No, I think I enjoyed Nikita's more.
Yeah, I
Okay,
did enjoy
I agree.
Nikita's a little bit. I mean, to be honest, I did enjoy Nikita's a little bit more than I enjoyed.
Yeah,
Mandy.
Nikita's was I was just like, oh Lord.
At least there was a
But, like, I
framework
laughed
and there was an
because-
attempt.
Huh?
There were attempts at jokes.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's really
You know.
all we can say about them. It's like,
Yeah, I
Yeah.
prefer Nikita from
yeah,
the
yeah,
other one.
but
Yeah. Well, we do our critiques and we get the age-old question, who should go home and why?
Before that, Michelle says that she thinks this is the best top 5 ever in Drag Race Down Under history. How do you feel about that, Flor?
I don't think so. I mean, it's just I think saying that is because 5 of them are beyond good. Like
Yeah.
you cannot tell who's gonna be the winner. But this is very easy who's gonna be the winner, honey. So how is that the best top 5? If I can already can see who's gonna be the winner. You know?
Or at least we know the top 2 pretty much. Like
for example, Drag Race UK season 2 with Bimini, Lawrence, Taste. That was a very good top 4, 3 something. Because
even
you
a good top
couldn't tell
5
who was gonna be the winner. Yeah. Like even top 5, it was like Ahora and the rest.
Yeah.
You cannot even tell who was gonna win because they were all equally very good. But this season, Vibe and Lacey Susan, since the moment they walk in episode 1, I was like top 2.
Yeah.
And yes, so I mean, at least she said it. She had to say it anyway, I think.
I mean, it's her first season. She's hosting. Of course, she gonna think this is the best.
Of
top
course,
5.
this top 4 is going to be her favorite.
This top
because
4
this is
is
her.
Yeah,
her babies.
Those are her dolls.
Mhm.
Yes.
Mitch's bitches, as they call themselves.
Yeah, we found out they're called Mitch's bitches. And I
Yes,
kind of
sir.
live for that.
It's like work,
Instead of rude girls.
right? Love that for
But-
them. But
yeah.
But yes, we do get the age-old who should go home and why. And my favorite part of this was Freya clocking both Nikita and Susan, being like, why are we talking about who we want to go home as opposed to who should go home? The question is not who do you want to go home? The question is who should go home and why?
Yeah.
And I loved Freya completely clocking it, being like, it should be Nikita.
Freya cracked me up from the second Susan said, I think it should be Vibe. Freya was like, what? Girl. Girl. I love, I was like, that's so me. Because I'd be like, are you kidding? Like, did you hear the question? What are you talking about?
Yeah.
Vibe. You think Vibe is getting ready to go home? You actually think Vibe? Girl.
I think my favorite part is we do hear this often where somebody will just name their biggest competition and the host will just let it slide. But Michelle's like, wait, you would send home Vibe? Like she had to question her. She's like, wait, seriously, that's who you would send home?
My favorite Michelle moment of the season is when Freya says, I think it should be Nikita. And Michelle just goes, thank you for your honesty.
I was like, period, because
yes,
we want honest.
You did.
Clock that tea, Michelle. Thank you.
Now see, Flor, I know watching you last season, I know you would have been like, the answer is correct, and it's the person who I think should go home. Because you always
and
were
now
very
I'm tempted
honest.
to ask you who it would have been in the top 5, but no, we don't have.
You were very honest throughout the season. So
those
why?
Oh no, sorry, no. Those bitches said my name on my season.
Yes, they did.
Like,
Yes,
but
they did.
Girl, I didn't care. Well, actually, I did care. I was ready to fight, bitch. I was ready to fight, especially because after you film that, they take you to they call it the green room. So they took us to the green room, and Gabriela hold my hand, and she was like, "Sorry." I was like, "Do not touch me, and don't talk to me." I was fuming. I was like, "This bitch is really all saying my name, girl." Bah.
I would be that way. I think I'm like, as much as I'm like, I know we friends and I know we sisters and I know we, you know, on this. But if I hear you say my name, I'm be like, okay, give me a minute. I'm
gonna be a little pressed, and then I'm gonna, you know, move on from it. But let me have my moment.
And also, I don't know why the queen says sorry after they say name.
Right? Like, you said what you said.
When I went when we went to the Untucked, they all like Isis and Gabriela were like, "Oh, I'm sorry, I said your name." I'm like, "No, you don't." But you know, because it was like a period of time, so I was fuming, but I had enough time to like. I was like, "Don't do it."
Yeah,
it's gonna be on TV for the rest of your life. Don't be, because I was ready to fight each. If they film straight away after the runway, oh girl, I will tell them, girl, the whole vibe.
Yeah.
And but I had time to like. I was like, just relax, don't say anything. So when we went there, I was just quiet and I was like, I don't care. And the production, I remember they were trying, but I was like, I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna make drama because that's what you all want. But I do not care. And saying sorry, like, girl, you said the name, like you said it, done. You know, why do you have to be sorry? I wouldn't be sorry.
I'm sorry that they asked me this question and that I had to answer it. Like, because if you don't answer it, then you get penalized for not answering the question. It's like, I'm sorry I hurt your feelings, but I did have to say a name. Like, if you're going to say sorry,
I would rather not say sorry. Just let it go. You said what you said.
Yeah,
and we
if you go home, it's because you didn't lip sync well.
Yeah.
Period.
It sucks, but that's the game.
Absolutely. I'm trying to remember who you said. Do you remember who you said?
I said Bumpa.
Okay.
Yeah.
And Holly, who did Holly say?
It's just Bumpa
too.
Holly said Bumpa?
Yeah, Holly said
Bumpa.
Okay.
Then the rest, all of them say me. Yeah. But then, you know, backstage, they were like, oh, actually, I didn't mean to say you, but blah, blah, blah. And was like,
who you mean to say that?
Girl. And then they all were like, oh, yeah, it should be Bumpa, but it's just, we said you. And I was like, girl, I like it, especially because Bumpa was doing so bad the whole season, but they just, for some reason, they wanted her there. But
I mean, the peeing, it definitely won me over.
But I think I would say from this to 5, I would have say either Nikita or Freya.
Okay.
Okay.
I get that. I
could see that.
Actually, I would say both names. I give them lip sync.
Period.
But
double shot.
Yes.
Double sashay.
We had a double save at the start of the
season. We're
season.
keeping a top 3 this season. 2 people are going home.
Oh no. That's so weird. I don't know why it's the top 4. What is top 4 on the finale? It's weird.
Is it season 4? I don't know.
Yeah, maybe. First for everything, I guess.
Yeah.
But anyway.
Maybe Michelle just likes 4 over 3. Who knows?
Who knows?
Yeah, the Untucked is rehashing what happened. Not much went on. So, you know. Let's talk about our results. They announced a clear top 2, Susan and Vibe.
Absolutely.
Susan and Vibe. And they do give the win to Vibe.
Yep.
And sure, I'm not mad at it.
I agree.
I'm not mad, but
give her solo win.
I did like Michelle saying like it was the line between them was thinner than Rhys's lips.
Thank you for incorporating what the challenge is, Michelle. Thank you.
He roasting Red.
I love it.
Love it so much. Just roast him all the way to the end of the episode. Period. Like,
yes.
Oh, yes. Also, Anita was so good judging.
Yes. She was funny.
Sweet.
She is. I really need to watch House of Drag season 2. I've only seen season 1, but season 2 has all the icons in it.
Well, yeah.
I need
Well, yeah. Well, yeah.
Oh, I love
Um,
Kita and Anita.
Yeah.
I was so happy to see them on the judging panel. Like it was so good. I'm so happy for them.
Yes.
Same. I kind of wish they were both here for Snatch Game instead, but I'm not mad that it was the roast.
Right.
Yeah, I think that was
Yeah.
good. I think they need Anita back on the judging panel because she was
Right.
so good. She was good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree. And so obviously Susan and Vibe and Freya are all called safe. They are going to the finale. Good for you gals. And the obvious bottom two is the obvious bottom two of Miss Mandy and Miss Nikita. We are lip syncing to Searchin' by Young Divas.
Never heard it.
Never heard that
Nope.
song before.
That was the lip sync song for the audition tape of season 2.
Oh.
So they've done 2 of the because they've done 2 different lip sync songs
In the
audition.
next episode, because 2 weeks ago it was our
Yep.
what was it?
remember.
The moving pictures song. It was the ballad.
And then this episode it was the lip sync from season 2. I was like, oh my god.
Yeah.
Huh.
I was
love that.
traumatized. I was like, oh ew.
It's an interesting song to lip sync to also because like the song doesn't go many places.
Yeah.
And that is ultimately why like I think both of these girls did the absolute best job with what they were given in this lip sync, honestly. I think that they did the best they could, but this song doesn't go anywhere. So it's just like
I think Nikita didn't know some words. That's what
That's what I was gonna say that too. I
Nikita-
noticed that. I was like, she didn't know words.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, she didn't. I was like, oh well.
Maybe if she had auditioned for season 2, she would have known the words.
I think she did. If I'm wrong, I think she did.
I don't know, Logan. When you said that, that's what it was. The song didn't go anywhere, and I was wondering why I wasn't like, why didn't I connect to this song? What was it about the lip sync? Was it the lip sync itself, or was it the song? And I think it was the song because it was so one note, and I was just like,
it reminds me of that song we got earlier this year on All Stars 9 when Chanel and Georges did the Christine W song. It's like a great song, lovely song. It doesn't go anywhere. And like for a lip sync for your life, I want a song where it builds and there's drama, or you can cat. Like I want something. And this song is the epitome for me of go on, girl, give us nothing for a lip sync for your life. Like
it wasn't even a good like even if we had a good power ballad. You're like, okay, this ballad is giving emotion and it's
like
something.
the moving picture song we saw a couple weeks ago. Like
right.
that's
It's like,
great.
okay, it's giving something. But this one just left me so flat. And I was like, I don't know.
I still think with all of that, I think Mandy did really well. Like I could not keep my eyes off of her. And I like the moob reveal of it all.
Reveal.
So while I love Nikita and I was really rooting for her to make it to the finale, I couldn't see it going to anybody but Mandy.
Yeah.
I think the move trick helped. The move reveal. I was like, that helped. It gave something else to look forward to in the lip sync because the song wasn't doing it. So it was like, and I was like, is Nikita gonna take off the top part or is something gonna come off? It's gonna be any kind of reveal, and it just wasn't. And then when Mandy went, and I was like, is she gonna take off the cape? Then she didn't, and then I was like, but what is it? And then she turned around and had the moves out, and I was like, period, thank you. Something to be excited about in this lip sync because it really was just go on, give me nothing. But that helped. So I will say that. And I think Mandy is smart because I think every outfit that she makes has something just in case she has to lip sync. Just in case she has to lip sync. And since she makes it herself,
that's smart.
She knows, she's like, I got to have something in the outfit just in case I have to wear it to lip sync. And so I think every one of her outfits has some kind of trick or reveal or something in it just in case she was in that position. And I love that for her. I think that's genius. I would want that in every outfit. If I was going on Drag Race, I'd be like, if I'm designing it or if I got somebody else designing it, we have to think of a trick just in case I end up in the bottom for this week. I don't know which week I might end up there. So we go do it in every outfit.
Who is your winner, Flor?
My winner for
The lip
The
sync.
lip sync.
the lip sync. Yeah, Mandy.
Mhm.
Yeah,
I think just because Nikita didn't know some words, I think that's
Right.
I agree.
You should just go. Just
She was giving her face. She was giving face as she always does, but yeah, it did not surprise me.
Mandy, she knew the words.
Yes.
Mhm.
She knew the
You do
words,
the words.
and that sometimes that's all it takes.
Those words.
And we lose our darling, sweet Nikita Iman.
Oh,
Our last
so
Kiwi
sad.
girl.
Mm.
first
I know
time,
it is.
first time without a Kiwi one.
Oh yeah.
It is the
Yeah.
first all Australian Final Four or finale.
I know.
Wow.
I love her exit line. Well, see you, losers.
See you, losers.
Right.
I was like, wait.
But
Isn't that for you? Didn't
but you just lost.
But okay, girl. Go ahead. Go ahead, girl.
All right, girl.
Do
go
you?
off.
The one that is sashaying away, honey.
Right.
Right.
Did you have an exit line prepared in case you were ever eliminated?
No.
Okay, that's smart. You don't. That
Well,
that
because
shows
she's
that you
never
had
been
confidence.
eliminated.
You knew you wouldn't be eliminated.
No, like
Absolutely.
no. For me, it was just no.
It wasn't gonna
Well, I said,
happen.
I'm never getting
It was not gonna
eliminated.
happen. Like when that happened, I remember Michelle's face. Like not even Michelle knew what that RuPaul was gonna eliminate me.
Oh yeah.
I remember Michelle. She was like, and then she looked at RuPaul, and then she looked at me, and I was like, it was an awkward silence.
Oh.
And Rhys was like,
Wow.
and I was like, what the fuck just happened?
Right.
I was
I'm like, are you for real?
horrible.
That would be my line. I'm like, is this serious?
Really?
I know.
Really?
But no, I think at the end, after I said bye and everything, and I was walking away, I was like, wait, I have to say something.
Mhm.
And just the
Yeah.
first thing that it came to my mind.
Yep.
Right.
Period.
Right. I have loved Nikita on this season. I am sad we didn't get her in the finale, but she has been gorgeous. I think with a few more years and a little bit more experience, I could see her come back and absolutely demolish another season of Drag Race. And you know what? I would
sure.
like to see it. I think she's lovely.
Lovely.
I think
girl.
she's lovely and wonderful. So, love you, Nikita. And we may or may not be talking to Nikita soon on the channel. So stay tuned.
Stay tuned.
But
Work.
David, can we just wrap up this draft, please?
Yeah. We'll keep this short and simple. The order is the same it's been all season. Third place is Logan with 46 points. Second place is Lana with 64 points. And first place is David with 81.5 points.
Ridiculous.
So David won. Yay.
Congratulations, David.
And next week is the finale.
And
Word.
Electra. I love
And Electra!
Are you friends with Electra, Flor? I haven't seen your interactions on House of Drag, so I don't know the dynamic there.
I am now.
Okay.
House of Drag, it was just, no. We just hate each other.
Yep, I
Ooh.
remember that.
Like,
Okay.
actually, like, I disliked her.
Okay.
I was like, oh, every time she was next to me, or every time I was next to her, I can just feel it. And well, the feeling was mutual, so it's fine.
Okay.
But now it's fine. Now we're friends.
Good, because I love
Yay.
both of you, and I want
Yes.
I want my faves to like each other.
Right.
No. We like each other now. We like each other.
Good.
House of Drag was just a big no.
Yeah. I'm very happy to see her back for next week, choreographing our final four, music video, love all of it. So with that being said, I want to ask everyone, starting with Flor, who would you like to see win this season of Drag Race Down Under?
I think it's very clear that Lacey Susan is gonna win. Like, she has to win. I think I could probably say that she is the more creative queen from all Down Under seasons. I think she she's like, her mind is like on top, like she has something else. Always there's something extra with her. And she's funny. She has good looks, like gag looks, especially now that it's like so many runways, so many runways. And she still did 2 runways that no one has done. never in Drag Race, which was the mask, and then they
Yep.
dressed with the water.
Yeah.
I was like, this bitch.
Genius.
It was
Genius.
like she was really prepared to compete on Drag Race, and she has to win. She has to win. Her makeup, I don't like her makeup, but she can fix that. But
Right.
yeah, she's talented, creative, unique,
Charismatic, has some nerve,
She
has
it all.
talent.
She literally has charisma, uniqueness, nerve, and talent.
Yeah.
Like she really has it.
Yeah.
For sure.
What about you all?
Yeah, so I agree that Lazy Susan has been kind of groundbreaking this season. She's been so consistent, and I think she would make a phenomenal winner for the series. But there's just something about Vibe that I've connected with since the beginning, and everything she does, like even like the confessionals, I'm living for Vibe. So I'm just connected with her, and personally, I want Vibe to win. But either way, you can't go wrong between these two.
Yeah, I wouldn't get mad if Vibe wins, to be honest. I like her vibe.
Mhm.
I'm so
Exactly.
funny.
You're so funny.
I would have win the roast.
Flor, you are the winner of this week's challenge. Yay!
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
So I like Vibe. I enjoy Vibe. Like I enjoy watching her, and she's good. I just feel like the Lazy Susan has done a little bit more than her.
Fair.
Yeah. Lana, what about you?
I think I'm on the same boat as David. I think Lazy Susan is like prompt to, like she's there to win. Like it's hers to lose. If she loses, if her finale is crap. Like if she just really craps out in the finale, then it's like okay. But I just love Vibe. I've been loving Vibe since the preseason. Since promos came out, it was just something about her, watching her meet the queens. I just connected to Vibe. Really love Vibe. Won't be mad at either one of them because both of them are deserving winners. If they wanted to do a double win, I wouldn't even be mad at that because they are both really good and talented queens, and they have entertained me this entire season. I've loved watching them, but I think if I was going by who I think is going to win, I would go with Lazy Susan. But who I would want to win would be Vibe.
Oh,
Yeah. I would not be mad at either of them winning. I think for me, I am gonna agree with you, Flor. I think I think I would want Lazy Susan to win. For a lot
half
of the
and
things,
half.
I was gonna say, yeah, I do love that it is split. Simply because I do like Vibe. Vibe has been a consummate professional this entire season, but Susan has brought such an elevation to the stage of Drag Race Down Under in a way that no one has ever done for Down Under.
Yeah.
And I think while Vibe represents a lot of the past and present of drag, from what at least my experience has been of Australasian drag, I think Susan kind of represents the future. And I think for right now, in this moment for Drag Race Down Under, I think Susan should win.
I think Susan brings a intellectual side to drag. She makes people think. Her drag is where you have to think about it. And you're like, oh, okay. So I think she brings that intellectual side to drag that we don't usually see. Like on Drag Race, it's like it's either you're fashion, you're pretty, you're campy, you're funny, or you just, all around good in both areas. I think she brings another level that other drag artists in the future are going to aspire to. Is like, I could be a smart, nerdy queen and have intellectual drag and make people think about it and think in a different perspective of what's good drag. So I love that for her. And I think she's going to be fabulous. Either way, it's going to be a great winner of Down Under. No matter
Freya
what.
and Mandy are also great drag artists.
Yes, they are.
They'll make great runner-ups.
Great runner-ups.
And with that being said, we are gonna wrap up this recap. Flor, you are an angel, you are a goddess, and we are so happy that we got you here today to talk with us. Thank you so much for joining.
No, thank you for having me. I finally did a podcast.
Yay!
And you look gorgeous, by the way. I keep staring at you in your box, like
Right.
those sons. And every time you will move closer to the camera, I'm like, and this part of her makeup is great, and this part of her makeup, you're just
Yes.
stunning. You're stunning, doll.
No, thank you, baby.
Plug all of your things. Let us know where we can find you online, what you've got going on soon. Tell the people where we can find you and find all of your things.
So you can find me at the official Flor in everywhere: TikTok, Twitter, Instagram, not Facebook. And I'm going to Paris. I'm going to Paris for New Year's. I got my gig in Paris, girl. So I'm excited. There's some tour. I think there's a tour coming up next year. Well, hopefully with Yuri. Hopefully next year.
Yes.
DragCon UK is coming. I'm gonna go for the first time to the US next year. And I'm excited because DragCon is gonna be.
And we will be there, so it will be a good kiki. We will
I'll be in the one in London, so I need.
Yeah. Are you going?
I need a shirt. You better have at least one shirt that I can buy.
I you know, it's just I don't know why I don't get a website. I just don't like it.
Fair.
I don't know why, but I do have merch. I sell the merch here, like Drag Expo, DragCon, or sometimes if I remember, I'll take it to some places. But I don't know. But I do have, and I'll give you some.
Good.
Period. And with that, we're going to get out of here. Thank you for joining us for this gorgeous, lovely recap. We'll be back next week to talk about the finale, amongst several other finales we have going on next week. Yes. Subscribe, like, and share on the way out. Check out the description below where you can find all of Flor's links, as well as our social media, all of our audio podcasts, our other YouTube channels, our Patreon, and where you can get your merch, including an unlimited 2-cup mug. And with all that being said, we are going to go ahead and get out of here. So cheers, divas. Bye.
Cheers. Bye.